The other thing I want to go into is like with my go bag, I'm gonna have not only my passports but some form of money. You understand? Whether if you got cash money, that's fine. Credit cards, that's cool too. For as long as the credit system is still available. Also gold and silver, that is fine. This is an ounce of silver that I have. You understand? For everybody might not have seen this before. Now I'm not saying that this is going to save you, because by far it's not. But if you want to get it, if you can afford to get it, that's fine too. But know that you might have more of one use time with this, because when everything breaks down, and there's no more paper money anywhere in the world, then there will be a barter system that comes into play where there will be trading for goods and whatnot. You understand? And different things will maybe food for this. If you got some chickens and you got milk, okay, we're going to trade you this for that. You understand?
And I was going to ask you about the seeds, because I was told in school, if the economy does crash, there's no monetary system or anything like that, it's best to have organic seeds that reproduce. Cause that's
definitely. And that's the other thing you want to have, like the brother just said, in your go bag. You can get you some seeds. You understand? Get you some seeds. That way, wherever you are, if need be, you can grow you some food. There's another thing you might want to look into. It's called sprouting. You understand? Sprouting, and that's where you can get these certain kind of sprout seeds where you don't even have to have any soil to grow the food. Different kind of plants, and you can grow it in a jar with just a little bit of water and a little sunlight, and it'll grow. It's called sprouting. It's different kind of plants and food that's all edible that you can eat. And then a lot of things, a lot of what I know I didn't know myself was when we cook food, especially vegetables, it loses a lot of nutritional value. So when you eat these sprouts, they're a lot more healthy for you, and they're beneficial for the body. You understand? So that's also something you want to look into, to where if you can grow you some sprouts, you can put that in your go bag. But if you got something temporarily, put some peanuts in there, some beef jerky, anything, to where if you grab your bag, you're on the run, you can eat it to help sustain yourself.
Now, if you guys don't have food, I remember reading this description. I think you can eat grasshoppers.
Locust grasshoppers, they are edible. You know what I'm saying?
I know that the ladies might not like that.
Not so sure about the ones that are being sprayed with mercury.
It's a few bugs. You can eat a few bugs.
They're spraying everything with mercury now.
It might have to go down, because see, you might be in the wilderness and you didn't get to a certain place in a certain time, and it might be too late. But if you need to sustain your whole bodily system, you might need to eat those bugs.
Yeah, another good way is to eat worms are good to eat too. They're very high in protein.
I just want to make sure
protein
that you understand
and a good high in iron too.
And see, the other thing we want to look at is water. You understand? Like the brother said, we got water purification tablets. You understand that you can buy online. Water purification. If you run into some water, you want to make sure it's safe to drink. You can use these. There's also they sell water in packs. Just for that you can buy it in packs, and just kind of throw it in your go bag as well, just something. Again, the go bag is not something that you're going to live off of for weeks or so at a time. It's just something you can grab to sustain you while you're on the go. You understand? While you're moving from one place to the next. You might need to replenish it and refill it as you go from place to place. You understand? But it's something, man, to have so you can be prepared. So the next thing, as far as when you talking about leaving, you want to have a map. You want to have a map of wherever you are, a map and a compass. You understand? Because you might intentionally, if it's ideal, we would like to leave out of here in a car or on a plane or something. But if something go down, that might not be the option. We might have to for real trek it on foot. So if that be the case, you're going to need a map to see where you're going and a compass for the direction. Am I going north, south, east, or west? You understand? And I say a map is because you want to already know the best route to get out of your city if something goes down. If there's a major disaster or something, 9 times out of 10 the main interstates are going to be clogged, because everybody's going to be trying to get out. So maybe it's for you to learn some kind of back road, old highways that might be used. Get you a map, know your surroundings, you understand, and know the best way, the quickest route for you to get out of town if you need be. And it's like I said, it's going to vary depending on where you stay. But it's also something you want to kind of look into. The other thing, communication, cell phones. Now, this is assuming that cell phone towers and all of that will still be working. All right. So basically, now you got you got two kind of cell phones. Who this is? T-Mobile?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah. You got two kind of cell phones, bro. Let me see your cell phone real fast.
GMS network.
Yeah.
Got GPS on it too.
You basically got two kind of cell phones. You got a GMS cell phone. You got a CDMA kind of cell phone. A GMS is a cell phone that takes SIM cards. You understand? A CDM is one that doesn't take a SIM card. All right, so different networks, different things. We know AT&T, T-Mobile, they take SIM cards. You know, Verizon, Sprint, they don't take SIM cards. All right. So let's say, for instance, you got a Verizon or a Sprint. You all right? It's a CDMA, no SIM card. If this is your phone and your phone breaks, then what? You stuck. There's nothing you can do. Your phone is broke. You out of luck. You understand? But whereas if you got a GMS phone or a phone with a SIM card, okay, here's my phone. It takes a SIM card. All right. So if this phone breaks, you understand, then what I can do is I can open it up and remove the SIM card and then put it into another phone that takes the same kind of SIM card that's on that same network, and now my phone is still working. You understand? Same number, all of that. You know, it's just a different physical phone, but I'm still got communication up and going. So that's why I choose a GMS phone or a phone with a SIM card over a CDMA. You understand? For those purposes. I mean, you got track phones, which are cheap. You know what I'm saying? They're pretty much untraceable. You know, like I have these right now, but when it comes time to go, I will have track phones. You understand?
And this is another thing too. With these phones, they can track you down. Like, you can take your SIM card out of those phones and they can't find you. But if you have this, like, if you just put it in like a safe zone, just pop your SIM card in and just make a quick call, fine. But this phone's constantly being tracked. Constantly.
Yeah, I always switch out with the SIM card.
Yeah, always do that. If, like, you want to run, like you said, take that SIM card out, wait till you get to a safe zone or a safe area where they really can't come after you, then you pop it back in, you make a quick phone call. But other than that phone's constantly being tracked because you cannot take anything out of it. Even if you take the battery out, it still has a little battery life in it. People don't know that, but it does. You can, like say if the phone is not even on, you can dial 911 to still get in contact with somebody, and like the phone doesn't even have service. Yep,
and that's true. And like the book said, it has GPS on it and all of those things, you know. And I'ma say put this out here too. These smartphones, touchscreen, they're fine for right now. You know, you're here, you know what I'm saying? But it's time to get ready to get on the go, and you're trying to hide out. You don't want them to find you. Like, the smartphone only makes it easier for them to track you. There are so many ways for them to track. The iPhones, Androids, Windows, all of those phones that are touchscreen smartphones, they can track you to the within the inch. You understand? It will be nothing for them to find you. So that's just something you want to keep in mind when that time comes, especially when you talk about communication for your go bag. You understand? Another thing you might want to look into is a radio. You understand? This is like a regular, but it's a regular weather radio. You understand? So, you know, and it doubles as a flashlight. You know, with both ends. You know, and this is an older version. You know, there's a newer model out that I plan on getting that it's powered by the sun. It's solar. You understand? It costs $30. It's solar powered, and it has a charger spot for your cell phones and whatnot. You can charge your cell phone through.
Really?
Yeah, it's all for $30.
In that magazine,
Walmart or something like that?
I saw it online.
You can get him out of that magazine that we're passing around. That's essential.
They got the crank ones, right? But I mean, I don't recommend
the hand crank. You can hand crank it as well. Yeah, but I mean,
that thing break.
Yeah, I know. So I would prefer a solar power one if I could get it. You know, that way, you know, I always know the sun is going to come up eventually. You know, so and I can get power like that. So it's also something you might want to look into as far as, you know, staying in tune with what's going on. Because if you can tune into the radio, then you can hear whatever kind of emergency broadcast message is going on. And I'm not saying that you would necessarily want to follow their message, because their message could be it could be straight from FEMA and the government leading you to a camp. But if you know what's going on, then you will know what not to do, you know, where not to go. You understand? The more information you have during a time of emergency, the better. You know, for those who also or might be familiar with it, you might want to see about getting the two-way radio scanners. You know, what they also call them police scanners. You know, where you can pick up on certain radio frequencies or different maybe law enforcement networks and whatnot. If you can get one of those, you know, and play with it and learn it, that would also be handy to have during a time of emergency as well, you know, something for your go bag. They range in different prices, you know. You don't necessarily have to have the high dollar one if you want, you know what I'm saying. You can get one for relatively cheap and it still do the basics of what you need it to do, you know. So it's also something you want to look into as far as communication goes, you know. But yeah, solar chargers anyway. Anything that charges, you might want to be able to get a regular solar charger just by itself. And it can charge different electronics from your laptop to your phone to whatever, you know. It's also something good to have, and they're relatively cheap right now, you know. It's something that's good that you would appreciate if you're on the go and you don't have access to power like that. But another thing that all go bags must have is a first aid kit. You understand? And you can get these relatively cheap now, you know, in a variety of places, you know. They don't cost much. And basic antiseptic, you know, that comes with it, it has either a cold pack, you understand, comes with certain like aspirin, painkillers, you know, and you can buy one and then you can add to it what you might need, you know. And really, like I said, with this go bag, this is just something to give a basic understanding, you know, so people can have a foundation to stand on, and you can kind of add to it and customize it as you go to fit you, you know. So let's see what else. Waterproof matches. You understand? You never know when you might need to make a fire for whatever the reason may be, you know. Batteries along with a flashlight, another flashlight, you know, batteries for that if you can help it. Rechargeable batteries. You understand? That way you can recharge them and constantly reuse them, you know. You won't have to.
With the thing you said with the solar thing.
Exactly, especially with the solar thing, you know. So I prefer rechargeable batteries, you know, if it comes down to it. So that's also something else to look into. Other than that, I have it's called like an emergency poncho. You know what I'm saying? If I'm out and about, you know, some hits and say it's raining, you know what I'm saying? Rather than it getting soaking wet, you can pop out an emergency poncho. You can get these online or out of the catalog, and they're relatively cheap. You understand? Maybe $1, $2. You know, emergency poncho, emergency blanket. You understand? Different things that you never know. You know, and it wouldn't hurt to have. You know, at all. So other than that, you can try to pack like maybe one pair change of clothes. You know what I'm saying? That way, if you needed to change clothes, you can change clothes. You know, and wash your other clothes. You know, pack a change of clothes. You know. And personal hygiene items, basically, you know, toothbrush, toothpaste, maybe some Kleenex and whatnot, you know, soap, different things like that, hand sanitizer, you know, and basically that's kind of like, that's the go bag, you know what I'm saying, that's the gist of it, you know, and really you can kind of compile all these things for relatively cheap, you understand, it doesn't really cost you that much. I think maybe about anywhere from maybe $100 to $150, depending on how much stuff you already have. You understand, but the highest thing might be like your radio, you know what I'm saying, if you already don't have that, or your passport if you still have to get those things, you know. But again, this is something to be done on a budget, basically the version that I'm giving y'all, you know. But you're welcome to add to it as you will, you know, as you're able to carry as much as you can carry and withstand, then I say put it on, you know, and also customize it according to where you stay. You know, if you're living on the coast and, you know, y'all susceptible to hurricanes or tsunamis, then you might want to have something more in your go bag than what I would have if I'm staying like in Oklahoma somewhere, you know, where I don't have to worry about this. So based on what you feel like you have to deal with within that area, you know, that's what you want to mind kind of prepare in your go bag, you know. So basically,
there is I bought this for my daughter.
Okay.
And they come in different colors. But this unravels. It's tripcord that they use on the.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So they sell them in bracelets. Policemen's wear them. It's so many feet of unbreakable cord.
Yeah.